It's very satisfying to be able to look back at all your videos and be like, dang, I remember that version of me. So when I say yes to posting a video every single week for the last year, I did it because I genuinely wanted nurses to be able to figure out what I figured out, which is how to find themselves, how to create a life that they actually love, how to find out who they are outside of their nurse identity, and just how to give themselves permission to do things differently, to go against the grain if they need to. But there were some things that I said yes to that I didn't even realize I was saying yes to, like the most recent comment that I received from a nurse who said that my videos came to her during a time in her life when she needed them the most. And several other comments from nurses just expressing how just me showing up on this platform has helped them. So not only did it affect me for the better and allow me to really discover who I am as a person, but it also allowed other nurses to feel understood, to feel seen, and to literally free themselves and change their lives. All of this was possible because I started the YouTube channel. First of all, if you're new here, my name is Mel. I'm a former nurse, got into entrepreneurship about 5 years ago. And I've been obsessed trying all these different things. And one of the things that I tried along this journey is getting onto YouTube. But let's talk about why you need to start a YouTube channel, even if you haven't even considered starting one. By the end of this video, you're going to reconsider. So let me give you a little bit of a backstory. 2021. So in 2021, I became certified as a hypnotherapist. And in 2021, I also invested in this course that helped me learn how to market my services. And one of the things that was taught in that course was how to start a YouTube channel. And I always felt like I would want to start one, but I had no idea where to start. So that program, that course that I got into was literally the perfect catalyst. It was the perfect thing to get me in the door and to start creating. I originally started my channel in 2022 to help market my hypnotherapy services. And I was at a point where I was so eager to get into entrepreneurship. And I felt like that version of me needed to hit record, needed to start this channel because number one, I had a lot to say. And number two, I knew that I wanted to help people in a non-traditional way, or in a different way than I was helping them when I was practicing in nursing. So I wanted to be able to help people in a way that not only allowed me to help them, but also allowed me to help myself. So the one thing that nobody tells nurses about starting a YouTube channel is that you don't have to show up perfectly. Despite what you might see on YouTube, different creators and things like that, despite how you were trained as a nurse to be professional, to look polished, to present yourself in a certain way, you don't have to take that into your YouTube journey. And that's been a journey for me in itself is discovering who I was outside of nursing through how I express myself on this YouTube channel. And it's been an evolution. Um, when I first started, I started off very, buttoned up, polished, trying to portray myself in this perfect way. But over the years, I learned that number one, a lot of people don't want to see that. And number two, people resonate more with the realness, the raw, the authenticity. So in that process, like in this process of what I just told you, I discovered that I was taking whatever it was that I learned in nursing about how I had to show up. And at first I brought that into my YouTube journey. But over the years, I was able to like peel back some layers and heal and do some inner work and to really allow that authenticity to shine through. And it's funny because the analytics show that the videos where I'm yapping, where I'm just talking to you, where I'm not trying to be portrayed a certain way, those videos have done better than the videos that are super structured, that are scripted, that are heavily edited. And I touched on that in the last video, but I needed to say it again for re-emphasis because I need you to know that you don't have to show up perfectly to start a channel. And you might not be thinking that you have to, but the minute you press record on the camera is like it's like a deer in the headlights sometimes. Like, what do I do? Like, how do I say it? So, if anything, it'll be a journey to help you really discover parts of yourself that you might have buried or that you feel like you have to hide. And it's really a cool journey because you're essentially, it's like a self discovery journey because you get to discover what it is that you want to talk about, especially as you change, as the seasons change, as maybe your job changes, and you get to speak about the things that you're passionate about. So if you're a nurse right now and you want to start a YouTube channel, but you think you don't have anything valuable to say, do you know that it's people on YouTube just talking about random stuff that don't even matter? Like, you have valuable things to say. You have things to say that you might think are normal or you might not think of as a big deal that somebody else might find as the most profound thing ever. And I've experienced that myself where I'm thinking like, oh, people know this, or it's like sometimes you expect people to know it just because you know it or just because it comes natural to you. But in reality, a lot of people aren't really self-aware. A lot of people don't really think for themselves, and a lot of people are just trying to find a message to attach to or to see themselves in. So when you stop treating what you have to say like something that people know or just something that's not a big deal, like that's when you allow yourself to just show up in a more free way and just to express yourself, no matter how much you think it might not help somebody. You don't know that. So you got to just do it. You got to just talk. And you never know whose life you're going to affect by doing that. A nurse commented that she has a lot to say about nursing, about healthcare, about you just have a lot to say about your experience, your perspective, and your opinions. Everybody has an opinion on something. Everybody has a perspective. I want you to think about what you talk about the most with your colleagues, what you talk about the most with your family, with your friends, and just the things that you're passionate to talk about, because that could be your starting point for your channel. You have so much knowledge as a nurse, number one. And if you actually started your YouTube channel, you could turn that knowledge into multiple streams of income sources if you wanted to. And what a lot of nurses don't realize is that when you start a YouTube channel, you can monetize quickly if you really want to, and if you want to get into if you want to take that route. But even if you don't monetize on YouTube, it's a free marketing platform. So if you have a service you want to provide, if you want to create digital products, if you want to get into brand deals, you can use YouTube to just teach about things that you know, or you don't even have to teach about it. You can just talk about the things that you know. Oh, and I want to talk about if you're somebody who want to get on the other platforms too, or you already posting on other platforms, or you're already spending time scrolling on other platforms, you can use one long form YouTube video to cut up into multiple shorts, like short videos. You can use a transcript and create email sequences for your audience. You can use the transcripts and create community posts. And you can even, if you find like that a topic does really well or that a specific video does really well on this a specific topic that you're talking about, you can even create digital products for those things, depending on what people are commenting or asking for. Like, the possibilities are literally endless. YouTube is a platform that allows you to be seen, it allows you to be heard, it allows you to be witnessed and discovered essentially by whoever. Like, you never know the opportunities that will come to you just from starting a YouTube channel. And as I'm saying this, I'm thinking about I created a video about how to stop feeling guilty for calling out sick in 2022. And I didn't even realize it, but one day I was scrolling on, well, no, I wasn't scrolling. I forget how I discovered this, but I saw that somebody had embedded my video, like that video, onto an article that they wrote. And they like published my video into an article that they wrote. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Because that brings more traffic and more eyes to your channel. So you never know. You never know who needs to hear your message. You never know who needs to hear your perspective, your opinion. You never know who will end up watching your videos and feel less alone or feel understood because you decided to show up. You decided to get over the discomfort of being seen or being heard. And now somebody else is able to feel, or multiple people are able to feel like you've actually helped them in some way. And if you have a fear of being visible, if you have a fear of pressing record and showing up on camera, that's normal. It's okay. I've had that fear too. I've had that fear too. But the only way for that fear to go away is to keep pressing record, keep pressing record, keep pressing record. Even if you got to start just recording yourself and how you communicate naturally, just to kind of get used to hearing yourself back, or just to get used to seeing yourself on screen and to like ease your way into it. That's better than never allowing yourself to be seen, never allowing yourself to show up, because it's somebody out there who needs you to show up, who needs your message, who needs your voice, who needs your perspective. So I do want to say that YouTube is a long game. And YouTube is one of those platforms where you can build it up long term. You can monetize quickly. It can take you longer to monetize. Like it just really depends on like the content you create and what YouTube decides, what pieces of your content YouTube decides to push out. And if you are somebody like me who appreciates being able to sit here and talk like I'm talking to you, just being able to yap and not having to get everything said in like 60 seconds or 30 seconds like you have to do on um TikTok. And I know they've extended like the time, like it's longer videos on there, but people are accustomed to like the quick scrolls on those type of sites, that type of social media. But with YouTube, you get to sit and talk. And I don't know about you, but I consider myself an introvert. I like being alone. I love to think. I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of ideas and creativity. So if you're somebody who constantly have ideas, if you're somebody who considers yourself introverted, if you're somebody who likes to just talk and process and get your thoughts out, the possibilities are endless for how you can express yourself on YouTube, how you can express your ideas, your creativity, and how you can just let people know that you can offer something that can help them, that might even be able to help free them. YouTube being a long game can feel lonely sometimes, or it can feel like things ain't working fast enough. But I feel like YouTube really teaches you patience. It teaches you to trust yourself. It teaches you to surrender and to let go. And it humbles you and reminds you that you are not in control. The only thing that you're in control of, like I said in the previous video, if you caught that one, the only thing that you're in control of is how you show up, the message that you put out there, and how you serve people. I just want to emphasize the importance, since YouTube is a long game, it's really important to not put pressure on yourself to monetize right away, or to be like, oh, I got to post every single day for 90 days straight. Like, you don't have to do that unless you really want to do that. But don't put the pressure on yourself to monetize. Like, literally, just let this be a creative outlet for you. This journey is, number one, is incredibly healing, and number two, it allows you to discover who you truly are. It allows you to discover the deeper parts of yourself that you might be hiding, that you might not have accepted yet, or that you just haven't gotten to know yet. The part of you that has something to say, and it's not something to put pressure on. It's not one more thing to put pressure on yourself about. And once you make this like an outlet for yourself, that the pressure disappears and you just allow yourself to show up as you are, to talk about what you want to talk about. And that's how you find your tribe. That's how you find the people that align with you and your message, or whatever it is that you want to share. So even if only 5 people show up at first, or 3 people, or 2 people, if those same people are showing up, like, just give them everything you got. Show up as much, show up for them like you have 1,000 people watching you. Because number one, every single person is a soul that you could be affecting. And number two, you never know when that 1,000th person is going to show up. So something else I want to touch on is the fact that YouTube allowed me, was one of the things that allowed me to find myself again. And this is important for you as a nurse, because a lot of times you can get so buried in the day to day, in work, in your nurse life. So it's really helpful to have YouTube as an outlet. That's especially important for you if you feel like you are lost in the sauce, if you feel like you are lost in your nurse identity, because YouTube will pull up different parts of you that need to come to the surface. Whether you need to heal those parts, integrate those parts, accept those parts, whatever the case is. But while you're doing that, you while you're showing up for yourself on YouTube, while you're showing up for your future audience on YouTube, you get to be witness. You get to allow yourself to be witness, which shows your mind that you are worthy of being seen, you are worthy of being heard, and you are worthy of sh- expressing yourself and honoring yourself in this process. So if you start a channel and you feel like you want to give up after the first week or after the first month, I want to tell you to keep going, because you never know. You never know what YouTube can do for you, whether that's internally, externally with opportunities. Either way, you're winning. It's something that Myron Golden says, which I love. It's gonna be a paraphrase because I don't be remembering quotes, but he basically said when you feel like things aren't working, when you feel like you're not getting those external outcomes or that progress externally, just know that it is working, and it's working internally. It's working on you. It's working on you internally. So YouTube is going to work regardless. And you can't control when it will work externally or how it works externally, but you also can't control how it works internally, because you won't know what you need to heal. You won't know like what comes up until you sit and press record for your first video, and until you upload that first video and you get the feedback from that video, or you get the lack of feedback from that video. So just be in for the ride, because you are going to be in for a treat. If I would have started this channel and then I would have gave up in a month, I wouldn't be able to make this video for you. I wouldn't have been able to be here at the exact moment that I needed to be here. So if you feel like giving up, just know that it's not only about you. This journey ain't only about you. It's also about who's on the other side of that screen, who's watching your videos, who needs to hear your message at the exact time that they needed to hear it, who needs to hear it from you in the way that only you can deliver it. So YouTube becomes a way for you to stop hiding the full you. It becomes a way for you to show the different sides of yourself that you might be dimming, that you might think are too much, that you might think you have to hide or might not be professional enough. So for example, the full me off camera versus the full me on camera. When I used to sit and record videos, it used to feel like very tense, very performed, very like performancy, and very just stiff. And then when I would finish the video, I would be like, oh, like I can finally breathe. But as I got more comfortable with being on camera and with my voice and with expressing myself and with not trying to control how I'm perceived, it's just, it feels different. Like it feels looser to create, and it feels like if you hit record now versus hitting the button to stop recording, like you still feel like yourself. So that's the beauty of this. I feel like all of this is just about coming home to yourself, healing, discovering who you are, and allowing yourself to be seen, to be visible, and to just show up for yourself, to show up for other people, and and to demonstrate that it's okay for other people to show up as themselves too. If I could go back and tell myself something before I press record on my first video, every moment that you spend not fixing the real issue makes it harder for you to fix it in the future. It would be to just breathe, to loosen up, to relax, and to realize that it's not as big of a deal as you're making it. I would tell that past version of me to just be myself, to just talk about what I want to talk about, because that's how you're going to find your people. And I will also tell her to keep going. When you get discouraged, when you feel like things ain't working, when you feel like things are slow or they're not moving, just keep going, because you never know whose life you're going to impact. You never know who needs to hear what you need to say at that exact moment that you say it. You just never know. And I will also tell her that it's not all about you. It is not all about you. It's also about the people that you feel called to show up for and you feel called to serve. So get over yourself. I'm still talking to that past version of me. Get over yourself. Get over feeling like you're not good enough or you're not professional. You're not showing up professionally enough. Like, get over all of it and just create the videos. That's all you got to do. So that's my TED Talk. Let me know which part of this video resonated with you the most. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. And if you're not convinced, if you still ain't convinced to start your YouTube channel, let me know what's holding you up. Let's talk about it.